What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
You call me to lift the level, high the level, raise the level, up it, up it.
Hello, good morning. I want to say a special welcome to everybody. Of course, this is the first edition of the Wake Up Club, of course, with myself, Kirk Seetahal. So I want to say a special good morning, and I want to welcome you to, of course, this platform. We're going to be discussing everything. We're going to be discussing politics. We're going to be discussing family matters. We're going to be discussing societal issues. We're going to be discussing relationships, and we might even talk about sex. So stay tuned. You know, many of you know me. I have always been a public figure. You may have started following me from my days as a news anchor, radio personality on WeFM. Or maybe you started following me when I was the public relations officer in the Ministries of Education and Labor. Later on, I was the marketing manager for Digicel, and after became a marketing consultant. Or maybe you know me and have been following me from my stint as the CEO of the Spice Mask Corporation. Now, after the Spice Mask Corporation, I was the general manager of Grenada Distillers Limited. Or maybe you're following me just on social media because I do have a blog, or you follow me because of my creative, aspects. I'm a fashion designer, costume builder. Wherever you are, however you started following me, welcome to the Wake Up Club. And I hope that you will join me on this journey, a new journey, into reality, I would say. So listen, I want to be very honest with you. Many people think that, people who have programs know it all. I don't know it all. I honestly don't know it all. At first I was apprehensive when Junior asked me about, hosting this program, because of course I think we're always afraid that something would fail, and we tend to gravitate to the thoughts of failure. But then I thought about it. What if this program flies? What if this program soars? So I am really hopeful, and I am, excited, nervous at the same time about this journey, but I am ready to take this journey with you. And I said, we're going to talk about everything. Now, throughout my life, the one thing that I have always held true is that I love people and I believe in the truth. So we're going to be talking about the truth all the time. Now, I have erred when it comes to the truth because a lot of people I rub the wrong way, and I'm sure I'm going to rub some people the wrong way during this program, because I learned very late in life that honesty without compassion is brutality. So for many years, I was walking around just brutalizing people, thinking to myself, I'm speaking the truth. Now, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm still doing it. But I'm more conscious of how I apply the truth. Yeah, I'm going to try to be conscious on this program, and sometimes I might lose myself and just be brutal. Listen, this is a journey of exploration, and I am ready to explore this journey with you. Now, we're going to be talking about everything. And when I say everything, we'll be talking about all the issues that are out there. Now, I am not the type to beat up on a politician. I want to talk about issues. And I don't want this program, first of all, to be a program about joining the bandwagon, trying to appease the public or appease fans by jumping on the bandwagon with their point of view. I want the program to be different. I want us to educate. I want us to find solutions, and I want us to really dive deeply. So, as I said again, welcome to the Wake Up Club. We're going to be right back with what irks Kirk.
Of sampling the Golden Jubilee edition of the limited edition spice rum from the Grenada distillers, and I must say it's something that you should try. It is authentically Grenadian, but from the flavors to the aromas to the overall taste, the blend is great. It's light, it's golden like the Golden Jubilee, and I think you can make any collector's shelves anywhere in the world. Hats off to the Grenada distillers.
Welcome back. Of course, this segment is called What Irks Kirk, and it's about the issues that are, troubling me. So I'm going to start with issue number one. And I'm a bit confused, so maybe some of you will be able to shed some light on this. Now, there's this video going around. I think it's with two men, having sex. I saw it on Anna Augustine. And, I've been listening to a lot of the quirks and the comments that people are making about the video. And sometimes I feel that we lose sight of what is true. Because, a lot of people are talking about, well, why do men want to see the video? And what's wrong with these people? And my issue is, what's wrong with everybody? Now, I have no problem with people wanting to see the video. People might be curious about how to improve their game. People might just be fast and curious altogether. I mean, to say, I have watched girl and girl action and I'm not interested. But of course, I think we're curious. We're always curious to see. But my issue is, don't we ever learn? In this world of mass media, we're seeing so many examples of what these videos do to people. We've seen people take their lives. We've seen people's careers been ruined. We've seen people go through massive depression. We've seen people shun in society. So my question is, why are you making these videos? I don't understand it. Why are you still making these videos when there's so much credible evidence out there about what can happen to you? Why do you feel safe enough to make these videos? I don't understand it. Listen, in this world of technology, everything is being hacked. Look, the other day I bought 2 tickets to Dubai and 1 ticket to Africa, and I have not left Grenada. So I don't know how you feel comfortable to feel the need to film your sexual experience. Or maybe the problem is me. Maybe I haven't had mind-blowing sex that I lose all sense of sensibility. Because I have to ask the question. I looked at the chat and everybody, why you want to see the video? Why are they doing this? What people do in the privacy of their home should be theirs. No judgment, but maybe something's wrong with me because there is so much credible evidence out there. So many people's experiences that you could learn from. I don't understand why it is you need to film yourself. As I said, probably the problem is not you. Okay? Because you can't be that stupid after all the evidence out there. Maybe the problem is me. Maybe I have not had mind-shattering stupidity, infused sex that I am just ready to, as my friend Rudy to say, expatiate myself on camera. Listen, you don't have to put your hand in the fire to know that you're going to get burned. Other people have been burnt. That's issue number one. Now, let me tell you what again irks me. What irks me, and I don't know if it's really an irk, I think it's a fear, the level of gun violence that is happening in Grenada now. I'm worried, I'm concerned. I'm worried for my safety. I'm worried for my family's safety. I'm worried for my friends' safety. And you know what gets me upset? I've been listening to people have conversations about the gun violence. And I know in Grenada, we like to say that, what will solve situations is let's have a nation day of prayer. We want God to miraculously save the nation. But we will not put any action in place to create that change. Now, I'm listening to people having conversations about it, and you know what the conversation is? Well, they're killing out each other. Them bad boys killing out each other. What happens when your family member catches a stray bullet? Or your friend? The problem right now is parenting. We just have sperm donors and host right now because a lot of you forget about parenting. Your child ain't working no way. They driving the baddest car. They have the highest standard of living, but you don't care because the money rolling in. Fathers stop talk to their children. And we ain't sitting at the table and talking about them anymore. Everybody want to live big. We're in a crisis, Grenada. I don't have the solutions to everything, but I'm telling you, I am worried. I remember when, a lot of Grenadians afraid to go to Trinidad because they're afraid they'll get stick up or they're afraid they're going to get shot. Just now, people are going to start to be afraid to come to Grenada. And you all seem to forget that a lot of us depend on tourism. Parents, everybody watching this now, have a talk with your children. I don't care if they're big or they're old. I know parenting change. I could tell you it changed in my own household. The things that I hear my siblings say sometimes to my mother, if I said it back in the days, I'd be looking for my teeth on the ground. But somehow it's just disrespect now. Parents, we have to parent. Let me tell you another thing that irks me this morning. Okay? I want to address Jelani Glean. Yes, I'm addressing you. And I'm going to be kind because kindness is queen. Now, I saw you put up a post recently about Miss St. John getting preferential treatment by GBN, Spice Mass, and the press secretary. Now, when I saw the video, I kind of felt the same way, even though I am working with Miss St. John. But I could kind of understand why it is GBN ran the story that way, because it's topical. Now, all the girls were given the opportunity to have a platform. Miss St. John, because she was when she was announced as a candidate for National Carnival Queen, she immediately started to be cyberbullied online. So she decided not to pick something out of the air. She decided to choose something that was very relevant to her life, and which was to promote kindness, tolerance, and love. Now, I saw GBN do the story, and I felt good about the story. And I understand why GBN did the story. You can't tell a news station what story to run or not. They're going to be talking about topical things. And with what's happening in Grenada right now, it's very clear that kindness, tolerance, and love is needed above everything. Now, I understand ego, and I understood when you put the post, Spice Mass and GBN and the press secretary should be ashamed and, go ahead and crung her already. Now, I understand that very well. The ego does get the best of us because you was on the right track, But when you started to feel yourself, you had to add in, well, go ahead and crung her already. You are now putting the young lady on blast. So you need kindness, tolerance, and love because you're doing the same cyberbullying. Let me tell you, as a prospective or a future politician, because I understand that that is your aim, the way you should have handled that was to call out GBN and say, listen, call them on the phone. Say, hey, listen, I saw you ran this story on Miss St. John. Remember, it's a competition. And listen, all the other girls have just as fantastic platforms. Please showcase them. We got to build people, not break people and just expatiate ourselves. We have to build people. And we have to remember that when we're in a position of authority, we need to be empowering the young people of the nation. I'm being very kind to you because I'm practicing that kindness, tolerance, and love. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what irks me. When we get back, we're going to be discussing amplifying voices for victims of sexual abuse. I'm going to have my friends Rosemary Charles and Keisha McFarlane on, and we're going to be diving into a deep discussion. I also want to invite you to join right along later on this evening, where we will be carrying the conference live. Back in a moment.
Sunday, May 26th, we're bringing back the good old days of Calypso in Brooklyn. One delightful evening, Memorial Sunday, an intimate evening of Calypso in Brooklyn.
Calypso.
Featuring a cast of your favorite Calypsonians and DJs, repping for the Trinis, Natasha Wilson. Alongside a host of Grenadian superstars, headed by the Kingman and Jamo. Also Val Adam, Randy Isaac, and Peter Humphrey. Plus single, Kevin Roger, Andy Limas, The Inspector.
Last day German inside the band, me and a grand and two man.
All hosted by the Independence Monarch, Hercules. It's all taking place at 634 Remsen Avenue, between Church and Avenue A. Showtime 3 p.m. Tickets $40. For tickets and info, call 646-474-1682. An intimate evening of Calypso in Brooklyn. Memorial Sunday. Presented to you by YTM Records.
That is life.
Hello, everyone. And of course, welcome back to the Wake Up Club. You know, as I said before we went on break, we're going to be talking about amplifying voices for victims of sexual abuse. And of course, I'd like to welcome Rosemary Charles. She has been spearheading this initiative for a couple of years. Rosemary, welcome to the Wake Up Club.
Good morning, Kirk, and welcome to you and all your listeners. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, Rosemary, you have been doing this for a number of years. Can you tell me what motivated you, and can you tell us a little bit about the initiative itself?
Okay, so there have been a number of motivating factors which influenced me to get into having these conferences about sexual abuse. Firstly, my initial platform was self-esteem, because I've always been fascinated about self-esteem and have took on a lot of research, because I must say I'm not a psychologist. As you know, I do have a strong background in the field of beauty and therapy. I've also done certification courses in the area of life coaching. So self-esteem, I realize, is something that should be a fundamental part of our development as human beings. It strengthens who we are as a person, because it changes our perspective. As we develop our self-esteem, our perspective of ourselves changes, and it strengthens how we project ourselves into the world. Like you, for example, I would say Kirk has a very high self-esteem because it shields you. It creates a buffer of a lot of the issues and forces coming against you in the society. So, in other words, how you see yourself is not perceived by what someone says about you or the images painted or the situations you face in your life. But in other words, you look within inside and you say, I am this person, I am that person, and it influences how you project. In terms of the sexual abuse aspect, I've come across a number of people in my life over the past few years, friends, acquaintances, business associates who have personally expressed to me their experience with sexual abuse. That, like if I was doing a little survey privately, I realized a large number of people have been affected by sexual abuse. They would tell you privately, but they wouldn't share it publicly. So what I realize is that there is a profound need for this message to be shared, not necessarily by the people who have been abused only. Some of them, like yourself and like Keisha, are the bold, brave ones who will share their story. But there are a number of voiceless people. So even if I personally have not experienced sexual abuse, I've seen it happen so many times, and I've seen its devastating impact. I've seen how it has stripped people of that same self-esteem I talk about. It has ruined so many aspects of their life. It has ruined their ability to trust. It has affected their decision making in life. It inhibits them from so many positive things that they could have experienced because it holds you back. It makes you question yourself. It makes you question everybody. And only the very strong, resilient ones that are able to pull through, except we give help, you know, to the others. Some people need a lot of help along the way, and some people, probably 80 years down the road, you might still have lingering effects based on the scientific research, because I've read a lot of the scientific research as it relates to sexual abuse and self-esteem. So that program we're having today is the fourth such program. The last one I had was in 2020, and we're hoping that this one would have a larger audience, because in life we're talking about growth and development. And I know the Ride Along platform, I trust the Ride Along platform as a very vast platform. And I felt, let me initiate discussions with Junior so we can use his platform. And I also want to thank the Grenada Postal Corporation, who has, who didn't even question. They came on board immediately from the moment I said sexual abuse symposium. Mr. Robinson said, we have to get our voices on that. We have to get on board. So it wasn't about Rosemary or the post office getting mileage or anything. It was simply, this is a very important topic that we need to associate with. So we need to share our voice with. And I'm very grateful to the Grenada Postal Corporation. And I hope people get to learn that there's so many initiatives by the post office. The post office right now, when I see the reels, and I got speaking to the marketing director, and I got to see the new initiative, the initiatives by the post office, I was absolutely shocked that the post office has so many opportunities now for us to it has revolutionized, I should say, because there are a lot of things we can use the post office now that we couldn't use the post office several years ago. And I'm really grateful that people will get to experience that even through our platform later, And Kirk, I don't want to take up all the time talking, because if
No,
I
no, no,
start,
no, no. No, Rosemary. Rosemary, we're having a discussion, and I am so happy
because I don't want to
with
start
me.
talking, and next thing you know, Rosemary come and kidnap the one.
No, you ain't kidnapping nothing. This is a conversation we need to have,
Yes, we
because
do. We need,
recently,
yeah,
when the situation happened in Carriacou, where the
right.
young girl lost her life, unfortunately, I was brokenhearted. I was
Absolutely.
brokenhearted because I was listening to all the programs out there, all the different radio people talking, and I was like, are we just jumping people wagons? Like, we're talking about things because we're talking about it for likes. So whatever is the public consensus, we jump on for likes and for views and for whatever else. And I was like, we're missing the big picture, because a lot
Yes.
of people were coming down on the mom. And for example, she has a part to play. But I was saying to myself, this is not new. This is not a new phenomena. Right now, probably there are moms watching this program right now. There are hundreds and thousands of moms all over the world who are in the exact situation. So where is
Absolutely.
the help? We just seem to be bandwagonists, and we jump and we talk, well, she should have known better and she should have done better. I have to ask the question, what causes a mother? I have a mother. My mother loves me. And I know mothers generally love their children. What
Absolutely.
causes a mother to be silent? Because there are a lot of mothers out there right now who are silent and they need the help. But we don't help them, because you know what we do? When we go and we just beat up on that mother, number one, they're afraid to come forward. They're afraid to experience the same thing that's happening. And I think sometimes as people, we are just so cruel. We're
Absolutely.
just so cruel. And as I said in the beginning of this program, I want it to be real. I don't know everything. I don't. So this is also a transformative journey for myself. And we have to talk about the issues, Rosemary.
We have
I'm
to.
happy you invited me, because, I know a lot of men like myself
Yes.
experience sexual abuse. And there is
Yes.
this taboo about talking about it. Like, I know my mother said she was going to watch this program this morning, and I know she's going to be, why the hell you have to talk about that? Because she feels the need to protect me. She's not afraid of the truth, but she feels the
And
need to protect me. But I
her in-
can't think about protecting myself when I could think about all the little boys who are, who are probably the age I was when it started to happen to me. I was a little effeminate boy in the village with no parents. My mother was where my father had gone on his journey. So I was prey to a lot of people, the same ones that were calling me names.
yes.
Okay. And I know that is happening now. So, yes, I could save myself, because probably revealing my experience may make me less employable, or it may cause people to have judgment. But the truth and the fact, what use am I as a human being if I am
Absolutely.
not looking to build?
Yes.
So there are probably going to be repercussions. And for all of you out there who want to hear my story because you interested in joining our amplifying voices against sexual abuse, tune in later at 6 p.m. And for those of you that just want to macro and hear my business so you could talk about it, I want you to tune in too, because somebody in your family or somebody close to you, or maybe you yourself are the victim of sexual abuse. We've got to talk about it. Okay?
Yes.
We're on YouTube talking about everything else, but we're not talking about the issues at hand. So, Rosemary, I am so thankful for this platform. You know,
Yes.
um, I live my life without regret. As I say, I'm not perfect. There are people sitting watching right now and having all the ill things to say, you know. But we've got to talk the truth. We've
We
got to
have.
save the nation. If we want to have a national day of prayer because we want God to miraculously heal the nation, we all have to do our own healing, and we have to put that positive energy out there so that it can consume Grenada. Now, I know the program is happening this evening. Could you tell me a little bit about the people that are going to be presenting, who's going to be part of this initiative?
Yes, definitely. The Minister of Social Development, Honorable Gloria Thomas, she will be the keynote speaker, because we have to have the government's input into something so important. We don't want to come there as if we're just a little isolated thing. So we're having the main societal stakeholders into this. We have Minister of Social Development, we have the disabled community will also be represented. So we have Miss Hilary Gabriel, MBE, who will be representing the Disabled Council. And everybody knows Miss Gabriel. She is, what should I say, one of the most committed person I know to the disabled community. And she will be lending her voice. She has spoken at this particular event in the past, and she's a very strong advocate. We're also having the head of the Child Protection Authority. And that also is a very, very key community to be represented. Those who commit and devote their time to looking out in the interests of children throughout Grenada. When matters or issues are reported, they are the ones who would step in at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning to rescue those children from whatever situation and call up somebody somewhere, whoever is available to foster that child until the situation is either rectified or a stable environment is found. And I know a lot of committed families and also single parents who take these children, who I have had a number of people waking up all hours in the morning. I have given rides to people to go all up in St. Patrick's to address an issue or receive a child, And then we also have yourself as a moderator, which when I thought of this program this time, I said, listen, Kirk, we have to have Kirk on this program, because I remember I did an interview with you a number of years ago, and you opened up about your past and your experience with sexual abuse as a young boy growing up. And nobody deserves to be abused sexually. Once you're under the age of consent, it is sexual abuse, regardless of how you appear to the world or how you project yourself to the world. Once someone crosses that line with you under that age of consent, it is sexual abuse, and we need to recognize it, whether it's a male, whether it's a female. And this is just a societal fact. It overrides our views and opinions of people's personality, and I said Kirk was the brave one. Kirk, I always remember that, and people have met me far and wide and said, wow, that was an impressive program where Kirk spoke up and you revealed to them a lot of things that were hidden in the society that people didn't want to face. You were prepared to be transparent despite the backlash, because the easier route to take is not always the correct route, and as you say, there may be repercussions today, yesterday, for you speaking up. But the fact is, we're building something. So there are a lot of young boys out there, and we have the data, we have the scientific facts behind it. A lot of young boys out there who are and have been sexually abused. And we need to strengthen their resolve. So even if young boy X or Y is not comfortable to speak, they have someone who have spoken on their behalf, and that person has become transparent and made it known to the rest of the society. It's easy to sweep it under the rug because people say, why he would want to make people know that he have done that in the past. Yes, but it's not voluntary when someone sexually abuses you. So even if it's the stain is there 20, 30 years down the road, people need to be aware. You don't need to sweep these things down the road. I'm not saying that every young boy has to come forward and show their face. But as I say, if we have 1 or 2 or 3 Kirk Seetahals who is willing to speak, then it strengthens the message, It strengthens the message.
Well,
Right.
to me, it's not just about that, Rosemary. We are in a technological world. A
Right.
young boy may not feel comfortable even going to his parent because he already know that, something, this is not supposed to happen to a man.
Right.
I don't know why, you know. And I think that that we have to also use the technology for good. A young boy could sit down in the corner of his room and tune into a program privately and be educated, be comforted by the fact that somebody is telling the story, and
Yes.
and also be able to find help.
Yes.
For me, it's a no-brainer. There are always repercussions. When I did the interview with you, I
Yes.
met this lady, and I must tell you, a very religious lady, and she didn't like me at all, she said. She
Right.
never liked me as a person. And after the interview, I met her because where I was living, she teaches across the street. And she walked up to me one day and I was like, damn, what the hell this woman come in and tell me now? And she told me that I changed her perception of me
Yes.
because she understood me in a different light.
Correct.
So while there's a lot of negativity that comes from it, there's a lot of positivity. You
There
know,
is.
Reese, everybody, today is my birthday. I turned 51. Reese
Yes,
is
Lord.
wishing me a happy, she's wishing me a happy birthday. Not to
But
sidetrack from it, but and here's why I'm coming with from turning 51, because it's not a big deal for me. The only big deal is that I believe that I probably have more birthdays behind me than I have birthdays ahead of me. So
of
at this point in my life, it is a time to speak the truth.
yes, yes.
And there are going to be consequences because we live in a judgmental society. But
Mm-hmm.
there are going to be people, and a lot of people will secretly send you a message and say, hey, thank you for speaking with that. They won't even speak out. And I understand that. I fully well understand it, because you have to think about the societal pressure for talking about abuse, the how you're even embarrassed that your neighbors will know about it. There's so much. So, as I said, this is a wake up club. No holds barred. We're going to speak the truth. We're not in it for likes and followers. We would like the likes and followers for the right reason, because this is supposed to be a healing space. So,
Important.
Rosemary, I want to commend you on this initiative. I think a lot of people are doing good, but it doesn't get amplified. As you know, we're talking about amplifying voices for
Right.
sexual abuse victims. I think a lot of the good things that are happening in the country, um, we don't amplify it enough. We don't do enough PR on it, and we're doing that now. So,
Yes.
I want to thank you. Any final words? Where can we tune in? What time is it going
Yes.
to be happening? Is it open to the public? Share with
Yes.
us, please.
Okay. So we're having like a small studio audience where the symposium would be. So that wouldn't be open to the public. However, we're going to have a massive public flat platform because, as I said, we have the Junior George ride along platform, which we're going to be live at 6 o'clock this evening. And I really want to thank Junior for accepting that. For me, it's an opportunity to be on his platform because he has never done a program with me before to know if I'm capable of putting on anything or not. And he didn't think twice. Junior didn't ask a question. He didn't ask for some background check or anything. He just jumped at it from the moment I said sexual abuse. He was willing to host this program. And I'm really, really thankful to use the platform. Also, there's Miss Keisha McFarlane, who came all the way down from Union Island. And I really want to be thankful to her as well. She is a survivor of sexual abuse, and the courage this lady has is just phenomenal, to use a fancy word. It's amazing. And she has the strength. She has gone through a lot in her life, and she has stayed above the water and is able to be with us here today and give a good account of herself. And we also have invited Miss Dale Neptune, who is a parenting advocate. I've seen her a lot recently when the Ministry of Social Development had a parenting workshop, or it might be ongoing still throughout Grenada. We also have, well, yourself, Cook, as I said, and I hope I didn't miss anyone, but we would have a little question and answer session where people could submit their questions and we will try to answer it as a panel. And the post office, again, Grenada Postal Corporation, I want people to check out all the initiatives by the post office to revolutionize doing business as a postal service. Before, we thought when email came in, any post office all over the world would fall apart, but we realized that there have been many, many innovations in terms of doing business with a post office. And I want to commend the Postal Corporation here for what they have done and put in their weight. Also the speakers, the Minister of Social Development, Honorable Gloria Thomas, for not even questioning as well. She jumped on board immediately. So thank you very much, Kirk.
Well, Rosemary, I want to commend you on this initiative. I think there's so much more we have to talk about. Mental health is a big topic, so I want to encourage you to do something on it. You know,
Yeah.
I recently started blogging, and as I say, I'm no expert. I don't know everything. I am
No.
running into life blindly, but a lot of people reach out to me based on my blogs. A lot of men reach out to me based on my blogs, talking about the struggles that they are dealing with. Like, you know, look at have this Rasta Spraga that just called me Batty Boy. We need to do a session on these people to understand that those things don't affect people. It says
Well,
more about you in the comments saying Batty Boy. Okay, everybody knows who I am. I know who I am. I own who I am. I just want to tell you, Rasta Spraga, I expect people like you to come on board and say the things that you're doing. This is more about you than it is about me. So cast all your aspirations, cast all your bad comments. It does not affect me. I'm giving you the time of day because I want to educate you. I see you. When you do stuff like that, is a cry for help. Because
yes,
to be
it's
quite
distracting.
honest with you, and no, it's distracting because to be quite honest with you, you shouldn't care about who I'm sleeping with. If you're a man that likes women, there's more vagina out there for you when someone as good looking as me and as bright as me is not in your lane. So clearly, you are crying for help. We give him enough time. But there are many people, Rosemary, that reach out to me that are suffering in the society. You know, about a month ago, I had within the span of a week, 3 people who called me because they were thinking of contemplating suicide.
Right.
You know, and it's just
That
from the blogs that I
is,
put on.
that's another issue.
So, you know, I commend you on this initiative. I say, take it by the horn and let's get it done. You know, partner with whoever you can. We are a nation in crisis and
Yes.
we've got to help people. You know, I had a guy call me the other day. You know, he's ill. He's getting physically ill because of a job he took, but he doesn't want to tell his wife because he doesn't want to seem as weak. You know, so
Right.
there's so many issues out there. So when Rasta, whoever it is, jumping on my bandwagon for stupidness, I am in my game and I am
Yeah.
doing what I have to do to help myself and to help others. Rosemary, thank you for coming on board today. You know,
Thank you.
we'd love to have you again. I'm going to
Thank you.
see you this afternoon. Just a
Yes.
roundup, it's at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. sharp. 6 p.m.
And, and
Junior George platform on the ride along platform, 6 p.m. sharp. And
okay. So,
as you talk about this guy who made the negative comment, as I told you, I've been studying self-esteem for quite a while, as I'm not a psychologist, but these are the little things that tear down the self-esteem of people, because we have to remember people do not make themselves. And we as individuals are not in that superior position to judge another person, now judge the lifestyle or attack the lifestyle of another person, because as we say, we are a Christian nation, and if we are indeed a Christian nation, one of the things that I remember Christianity strongly holding is not to judge your fellow man, and there is a time for judgment where each individual would go forth to answer their own questions, their own life. So I
Rosemary,
yes,
I also don't want to be guilty of judging
that
Rasta Spraga, okay?
that's
Because I know it's a cry for help. Because
right.
you ain't even want to show your face, you're hiding behind a photo. So there is a cry for help there, and you want to know something, Rasta Spraga. Welcome to the Wake Up Club with Kirk Seetahal. You are going to find the help that you need. The haters are welcome. Bring it on. I tell people already, Scholar saved me, When you become a national ridicule, what else can shake me?
That's true.
So welcome Rasta Spraga and Rosemary, congratulations. I'm going to see you this afternoon. Folks, you're tuned into the Wake Up Club, of course, with myself, Kirk Seetahal. You want to talk about it? We're going to talk about it. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Kirk.
Exhilarating adventure? Then look no further than Ride Excursions and Tours. Get ready to explore the great outdoors like never before with our powerful e-bikes. Discover breathtaking sightseeing tours around the island. Feel the wind in your hair and experience nature in its purest form. Now, whether you're a seasoned rider or a beginner, our e-bikes are perfect for everyone. Call us at 473-422-1011 to book your excursion or visit ridersebikes.com. That's ridersebike.com to reserve your spot. Unleash your adventurous spirit with Ride Excursions and Tours, where every journey becomes an unforgettable adventure.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wake Up Club. And I want to tell you people out there, you don't need to defend me in the comments. This is a cry for help. That person is definitely crying for help. This is the right platform for them to be on. I don't want you to give them any more energy. Someone that comes with their evil intentions is a cry for help. And I don't want you to feel the need to defend me because my back is broad and, as they say, water off my back. Now, folks, we're going to be talking pop culture and all sorts of stuff on the Wake Up Club. And of course, first of all, I want to shout out Pinky Fabulous. She recently won the International Elegant Mothers Pageant in Guyana. I want to shout her out. I am a fashion designer and pageant coach. So pageantry is something very close to me. Today, we're going to be speaking to Mrs. Sheena Andrew Barry. She is representing Grenada at the Mrs. Curvy Globe happening next month in LA. Sheena, welcome to the program.
Good morning, Kirk. Thank you so much for having me, and happy birthday to you, sir.
Thank you very much. As I said, listen, I'm 51. More birthdays behind me than I probably have ahead of me. So, I thought about, maybe, I shouldn't say I'm 51. I probably should give it an anniversary. But the truth and the fact is I look damn good for 51. I see a lot of people. I see a lot of people who I went to school with, and I realize life has been hard for a lot of people. But I think a lot of it has to do with their coping mechanisms and so forth. So I am 51 years young and feeling good this morning. So Sheena, of course, welcome to Wake Up Club. Welcome to the Wake Up Club. Can you tell me a little bit about who you are? I remember you being a member of the media before I knew you as Mrs. Curvy Globe Grenada. Tell me a little bit about yourself, or tell us about yourself.
So I am a born Grenadian. I am residing in Boston. I am home practically 6 times a year. But I was born in Grenada, grew up in Guelph, migrated to Marigot, where my mom was originally from. So I am from Guelph, St. John, to be honest. I am a student of the St. John. I was a student of the St. John's Christian Secondary School. And before coming all in the social media and the pageant, I used to be a teacher and also worked with one of Grenada's media personnel, Leslie Pear. I was one of his journalists there. And I also worked with Real FM. I was the news director there for Andre Donald out there in Sates. And I think that's about it when it comes to me in Grenada.
And you're fabulous. Remember, you're
Thank you.
fabulous.
Oh,
Now
of
listen,
course.
I'm so excited about this pageant because normally when you hear about pageants, you hear about the girls that are slim and trim.
Yes.
Tell me how you got involved in Mrs. Curvy Globe, and can you tell us a little bit about the pageant, the segments, what's happening, what can we expect? We know we can expect you to do your best, but can you
And
tell us a
that's
little
what
bit more
exactly
about the
I'm going to go
pageant?
out there to do.
So tell
Yeah.
us.
So for many years, I have been involved in pageantry, but I have never been the one to grace the stage. I have been, like recently, Miss Samantha Harris, when she took part in Miss Curvy Grenada, I was her chaperone then and also her motivator because sometimes in life, us plus size women, we get distracted by the noise. And like you said earlier, your back is broad and the water falls off your back, water off the bridge. I, I'm somewhat like that. And I have been encouraging women of plus size to be yourself, empower them to continue to be yourself. And with me being helping Samantha along the way, I met Trisha Hazel Grant from Trisha Grant's Design, who literally, when she saw how I was going along with Samantha, she said, "You know what, Miss Barry, I do have an opportunity um, for you to take part in an international pageant." I said, "No, I cannot take part in an international pageant. I don't think I can. As brave as I am, I don't think I can." But when I did my research about the pageant was not just about beauty, putting on a beautiful dress. It was literally also helping women in need. And because I heard helping women in need, because I'm that driving force to empower women, and especially women of my caliber, well, my size, I would say after my research, I was like, okay, you know what? Yes, but I had to discuss it with my family first. And as you can see in my preparations, it's not just me alone. I'm not doing this by myself. I'm doing this with my family. And in Grenada, I have brothers. Brothers, my sisters are in Texas. I do have a sister
Hmm.
back home, but my brothers, when I told them about me taking part in the pageant and what I have to do, I'm going to tell you, family is everything. Because
Amen.
these boys did not say, it's a Queen Show, I'm not taking part in nothing that my sister doing. They stepped up to the plate. I would say when it comes to planning my fundraisers, they have been there since for my coronation. I don't know if you got a chance to look at my coronation live, but they made sure my hair was done, my shoes was on point, my dress was straightened, my sash was straight, and these boys they have been with me, and family I would say is everything because they have been supportive and they are my team. So with us, we have been working to raise funds, not only just for me to go in the pageants. We have been reaching out to companies in Grenada for assistance. And I must say today is win my good news Tuesday, because on my platform
Okay.
I have a Facebook page where I have a good news Tuesday. And every Tuesday I try to tell the nation and the diaspora what is going on. So for the last 6 weeks, guys, since they have opened up the voting, Grenada has been leading for the people's choice. And I must say thank you to the Grenadian public. I know some of y'all don't have the avenue to go vote via PayPal, but you have been making your contributions to my family by whatever donations you make. We put that on an account. We literally go online and we vote. And the voting has been going, and we have not moved from the top spot. And I hope that we don't move from the top spot with just the 5 weeks that we have left. We have had fundraisers. We have had the breakfast where our
Yes, I was there.
kindness is queen has graced our presence, and I'm really appreciative of Miss Abini. Thank you for showing up and showing your support. You were also a winner there, so I hope that you continue being the winner that you are. We have had a luncheon last Saturday, um, where we had one lucky mother win. Any mother who would have purchased the luncheon was given an opportunity to win a prize. We do have Maureen Samuel from Brizan who would have won her gift set. So congratulations, Maureen. And we do have another activity, another fundraising activity coming up. I would have loved to have fundraising activities throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martin, to be very honest, because I'm not just going to represent me, I'm going to represent my country.
Well, Sheena, I was there at the breakfast. I was able to experience that family love and that family bond. I want to wish you the best on this initiative. Make sure you post on social media where Grenadians can support you, how they can support you. Yeah, we don't have PayPal, but we run the world out there. So there are a lot of Grenadians all over the world who have access to PayPal and all these different things, so they can join the voting process to make sure that we stay in the lead. I want to thank you for joining us. I want to wish you the very best on your journey to that Mrs. Curvy Globe crown. I think it's a great initiative. I like the fact that you're empowering women of all sizes to understand that you're beautiful in the skin that you're in.
You are in.
You're in. So I want to wish you the very best, Sheena. Congratulations before it happens, because we are going to win that crown. And I want to thank you for joining us on the Wake Up Club. We're going to have you here again when we're showcasing that brand new crown as Mrs. Curvy Globe. Thank you very much, Sheena.
Thank you so much for having me, Kirk. I also wanted to tell the nation that we are going to be hosting a bingo fun afternoon at the basketball court in Victoria, St. Mark. Come on May 25th. There are lots of prizes, and yes, there is a jackpot, and that jackpot is at $1,500. So guys, come out, support, get an opportunity to win multiple prizes, and also an opportunity to meet me and ask any questions that you have, and for us to have fun.
And hey, don't forget the raffle that I took part in, because you are still eyeing that new iPhone, because you see my phone falling apart. So I'm eyeing that. So people, there are raffles out there where you could win fabulous prizes.
Yes, there is that. We do have our raffle. It was to be drawn on the 24th, but instead of drawing our raffle on the 24th, we are going to do that draw on the 25th along with the bingo fun day that we're having. So remember, if you're looking for tickets are for the raffle are available at CITEC in Grand Dance. And Nika Greenwich does have tickets. We do have Heather's Boutique in St. George. We have my brothers, one in Marion and one in Marigot. You guys can reach out to them. You can also call the telephone number 1-473-458-8101. They are going to find you so that you can purchase your raffle ticket. There are multiple prizes that you can win. You can for the ladies, there are nail sets. You can win an opportunity to get a full set from Luxurious Nails. You can get dinner for two at Kuyaba, breakfast for two at Dodgy Dock. You can get 1 month supply, 1 month data plan from Digicel. Unlocked iPhone 13, brand new. You would also get AirPods. There is a watch, and there is a few other items on the list.
There are numerous prizes, but it's all for a worthy cause. We want to join. We want to support you. I want to say, congratulations again and best wishes. And thank you for joining us on the first edition of the Wake Up Club with Kirk Seetahal. Thank you very much, Sheena.
To many more. You're welcome.
Okay. Folk, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're just going to wrap up.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, up, up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
You call me to it's the level, high the level, raise the level, up it, up it.
Folk, there you have it. Welcome back. I want to thank you for joining me on the first edition of the Wake Up Club with Kirk Seetahal. As I said, this is new for me. I'm not an expert, but I'm excited to be on this journey with you. For the folks in the comment, this is new, so I still don't even understand how to work the comments. I'm happy for and appreciative of all the birthday greetings. As I said, I am 51, more birthdays behind me than ahead of me. So we're going to stay in the truth. I want to encourage you to continue to join us on Ride Along Live, the Wake Up Club with, of course, myself, Kirk Seetahal. We're going to be on a roller coaster of a journey. Thank you. God's blessings. Have a fantastic week ahead of you. And remember, it's about building each other. Have a good one. Bye.
I want you folks to play these 3 games from the NLA. Daily pick 3 cash flow and play with. You will be supporting sports and culture, nation building and our future. So go out and play, folks, make it a must. You will see what the National Lottery is doing for us. When you play pick 3 cash flow and play with, the NLA will support you all the way.
Starting September 30th, Monday to Friday, these 3 games will be drawn mid-morning, 9:45 a.m., midday, 12:45 p.m., and evenings, 7:45 p.m. The National Lotteries, supporting sports, culture, and nation building.
Sunday money day.
Reach millions daily, weekly, monthly. Yeah, over 10 million per month. It pays to advertise with us. Reach more and let us send your business viral. Advertise with us and reach more.